This is a HVAC panel located in plant room. This panel supply electricity to 3 chiller panel and compressor, 4 primary pumps, 4 secondary pumps, 2 heat water pumps, 3 cooling tower fan, 4 condenser pumps. This panel also supply electricity to 2 exhaust fan and 1 fresh air fan for plant room and 1 fresh air fan for STP room. We have 3 Climaventa chillers with screw compressors of 150 TR capacity each. Chiller number 3 is with desuperheater. Hot gas from compressor is a waste energy. That energy is used to generate hot water up to 50 degrees centigrade and used for guest room, kitchens, washrooms, etc. through calorifier tank and hydrodynamic system. Now load for AC plant is 13 AHUs, air handling units, 5 TFAs, treated fresh air, 8 CSUs, ceiling suspended units, 183 FCUs, fan coil units, 16 high wall units and 16 cassette units. This is the main control panel of chiller. We can set a required outlet temperature of evaporator and can start and stop AC plant from this panel. It is monitoring all parameters and display it on its unit. It also have a safeties like LP, HP, flow switch, under voltage, temperature safeties and overload safety. It will trip the compressor if safety limit crosses. These are 4 primary pumps. As per load, number of pumps can be 1 or 2 or 3 at a time. These pumps takes return water from AHU, TFAs, CSU, FCU, high wall unit, cassette unit and feed to the evaporator. Flow switch is connected in the line, which is a safety device. If the flow is there, then AC will get started. Each pump have pressure gauges for monitoring inlet pressure and outlet pressure. These are 4 secondary pumps. 1 or 2 or 3 pumps can be run at a time as per load demand. Outlet of chiller is fed to all FCUs, TFAs, CSUs, FCUs, high wall units and cassette units through these pumps. These pumps also have inlet and outlet pressure gauges to monitor the pressure in line. These pumps are VFD control pumps, that is variable frequency drive control. If the load is less, VFD will get signal through pressure switches and control the speed of these pumps and save huge energy. These are 2 hot water pumps. These pumps circulate water from calorifier tank to desuperheater of chiller. In the condenser, the circulating water gets heated up by exchanging heat with high temperature gas of compressor. Water from this we can get up to 50 degrees centigrade. This water can be used in a hot water system. These are 4 condenser pumps. These pumps take suction from cooling tower sumps and supply the water to condenser. Pressure gauges are fitted in inlet and outlet pipelines of condenser. This is a cooling tower with 3 exhaust fans. Water from condenser falls from top in sump. It gets spreaded while falling. The air passes through fins upward by exhaust fan and thus removes heat from water. Cold water accumulates in sump. Condenser pump takes suction from this sump and feed to the condenser. These are 4 condenser pumps. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a cooling tower. Water forms from top to the sump. The level of the sump is up to here. Condenser water takes suction from this sump and discharge to cooling tower from top. There are 3 fans on top, 1, 2, 3 rotating. These are in 3 parts, 1, 2 and 3. This is a part 1, this is a part 2 and this is a part 3. Fans are rotating on top and the air is thrown upward through water. Thus water gets cool. This cold water goes to condenser pump 1, 2, 3, 4. Condenser pump supply water to condenser in plant room. From plant room, from condenser, water comes through this pipe and falls in the cooling tower. Water comes from condenser through this pipe, falls in cooling tower. Fans are rotating on top, air is fast and water is cooled. The cold water is then passed through these pipes to the condenser pump. Discharge from these pumps goes down in plant room to condenser and water gets circulated. The water of the sump goes below the marking, and then alarm gets on the BMS panel in plant room, and we have to top up the water through a tap provided backside of the cooling tower. We have to open this valve. Water pump tanks falls into the sump, and at a certain if the water is full, we have to close this valve. Starting procedure of AC plant. Heater should be on 8 hours before AC start. Check the valve position. On the valve should be open. Check the static pressure of condenser line, evaporator line. Water should be in the condenser water and evaporator line. Check the water level in cooling tower. Cooling tower water level should be full. Start the cooling tower fan. Start a condenser pump as your requirement, 1 or 2, and see the pressure. Start primary pump and see the pressure. Start secondary pump and see the pressure. On chiller panel, set the set point, required set point, that is 7 degree or 8 degree as you require. On chiller panel, unit display, type S for compressor. If you type, you have to type S for the compressor, then only the AC can be started, and press the on button. After 1 minute, AC will get start. This is the HVAC panel, and this is the main breaker of this panel. This starter is for condenser 1, condenser 2, condenser 3 and condenser 4. Condenser pumps are fitted on terrace. This is a spare one. These 2 starters are for heat water pump of chiller plant number 3. When the chiller plant number 3 is running, we have to switch on any one of these pumps. These 4 starters, starter 1, 2, 3, 4 is for our primary pumps. Primary pumps are located that side. These 3 starters are for cooling tower fan. These fans are located on top of the cooling tower to take out the heat from the water. This is a spare one. This on-off switch is for fresh air, and these 2 on-off switch for exhaust fans. These 3 panels are for chiller number 3, chiller number 1 and chiller number 2. This on-off switch is for STP fresh air fan. These are 2 spare panels. These are 4 VFD control panels. VFD control starter 1, 2, 3, 4. These starters are for secondary pump. When the air condition load is less, the back pressure sensor gives command to secondary pump starter and lower the speed of pump. Thus we save a huge energy. We have 3 chillers of 150 TR each. Chiller 1, 2, 3. Third chiller plant is with dissipator. We get a hot water from waste energy. This is section of compressor. These 2 lines are condenser water lines. Water from cooling tower from condenser to comes through this line, goes into condenser, and from condenser it goes out to the cooling tower through condenser pump. This is a evaporator, this is a condenser, and this is a screw compressor. This is inlet of evaporator. Return water from all AC units through primary pumps comes to evaporator. This is outlet of evaporator. Chilled water from evaporator goes to all units through secondary pumps. This is a condenser. The function of condenser is to cool down the gas temperature by heat exchanger with cooling tower. This is the suction of a compressor. The discharge of a compressor goes to condenser. Inside condenser, hot gas will cool down by heat exchange with cooling tower water. Low temperature gas goes to evaporator and hot water gas goes back to cooling tower. These are 4 number secondary pumps 1, 2, 3, 4. These pumps take suction from all AC units and feed to evaporator. Return water coming from these lines are little warmer water. These water are fed to the chiller. From the chiller evaporator, chilled water is supplied to all AC units through secondary pumps. This is the suction line. This is the suction line of the secondary pump, and this is the discharge line. Now starting procedure of AC plant. Make sure that heater of AC plant is started 8 hours before the AC starts. It should be hot by placing the head under the compressor. Check the water in the condenser water line by checking the pressure gauges. Check the chilled water line. Check the chilled water line by this pressure. The water in the chilled water line is there. By these pressure gauges you can see all the condenser water and chilled water is there in the lines. Then you come to panel. Make sure that the switch of particular AC is on. Then start the cooling tower fan. Then start the primary pump. This is a condenser pump. Start the condenser pump. The primary pump is running. Now you start the secondary pump. This is the PFD driven pump by PFD controller. Now make sure your all pumps are running: primary pump, secondary pump, condenser water pump and cooling water fan. Now make sure all the pressure gauges are showing pressures. See all the pressure gauges. Now we have checked everything is correct. The heater is on, primary pump, secondary pump, everything is on. Now you come to control whatever you want to heat. Then press enter key. Now go to unit. This is a circuit enable. Type S there, it's already there, and compressor, it is no, we make S. You type S in that compressor. In front of compressor you type S. That means you can, the compressor can be ready to start. And then enter. Now you can start the start button. Now AC will start within 1 minute.